This is the euro dollar on the 15-minute time frame. I'm involved in an AB equals CD pattern. I've got fib confluence, I've got the RSI, I've got a double top, and I've got a reward to risk, which is 14 pips of risk for 21 of reward. So, as usual, we're going to do the higher time frame analysis. Let me delete this information off. And let's go out to the daily time frame and get a higher time frame perspective as to what's going on here. Apologies for this being slow. I am using very slow Wi-Fi at the moment from a laptop. So here on the dailies, bigger picture, well, if I put a structure level on at the very highs of this double top just here, a structure level on this double bottom down here, then really what's happening is we saw a move to this point, a pullback, and then a move to this point. However, because of this wick, we technically do not have a confirmed break above, close above. So there's really not a great deal here on the dailies to indicate which way the market could be going. As we drop down to the 240, then that's a different story. Right here on the 240, you can see that we had a move higher, a pullback, a move higher, a pullback, a move higher, pullback. And as I go down to the 60, you'll actually see a rotation pattern. You'll actually see a head and shoulders here. So I'm just going to adjust this to there. Come on, slow internet, okay. Then we saw, this is what happens with slow internet, guys, it's horrendous. Okay, there we go. Pull back and move lower. Pull back and move to there. And then we saw a move higher. So it gave us a head and shoulders. Not something I can take. It didn't happen in an area that I'm interested in. But what it does mean is this internal level of structure right here. I'm going to put a structure level on at the very highs of the wicks. Just okay, and you can see price has held that zone. And what you should be noticing is that this has come in at the 112 psychological number. Psychological numbers for me are very important because they're areas where we tend to see price see a reaction, and this will fall in line with this lovely looking AB equals CD pattern that has fib confluence. So let's draw it out. A to B is there, and we're going to duplicate that. We're going to look for the B to C move, which is just there. We've actually just tapped that D point. We can look for some fib confluence. Now, two of the most favorite fibs for me when we're looking at these AB equals CD patterns is the inversion. So it's the B to C point. And I always look to see if the 1618 has been tested. You'll be able to see when the computer updates that 1618 has been updated. So has been tested. So I'm just going to leave that 1618 on. Very important fib for me, and we're going to look at the extension. And the other important fib, while it's a minor one, when I look at these AB equals CD patterns, it is very important for me that this is tested. It provides the highest probability for these AB CD patterns. So, and you can see the 1414 has now been tested as well. What we also have down here, if you look at the RSI went overbought. We went overbought at around, apologies guys for it being slow, about 87, 88, something like that. We've got it coming into previous structure. We've got an AB equals CD pattern. We've got a psychological number. We've got two of the main fibs being hit. I am now allowed to drop one time frame lower and look for a rotation pattern. Now, that rotation pattern must still be valid, and majority of the time it's a double top. So this is at the high of our structure level just here, and you can see price came into that zone and we saw a test, structure was held, and then we actually saw a second test just there. Okay, so a double top. Along with double tops, we do need the RSI confirmation, so we went overbought on the first and we have divergence. So everything lining up here for a very high probability trade. Just to confirm again, we have an AB equals CD pattern coming into previous structure. We have a psychological number. We have the RSI overbought on the 60. We have two of the main fibs, the 1618, the golden means, and the 1414. And on one time frame lower, we have a double top with the RSI confirmation as well. So this is a fibs-based pattern, so I look for fib-based targets. So from the swing low to the swing high, we're going to look for that 382. And because this is at the euro dollar and the spread is very, very low, I'm only front running by 1 pip. And stops go 180i behind the first test, which is currently 5 pips. So it means that this is a very low amount of risk. 15, and we're looking for a reward here of around 20. So let's come back and see if we can get down for those targets. Welcome back to the second part of the video, and as you can see now, the trade has gone on to win. A lovely AB equals CD pattern, fib confluence, RSI, double top that was confirmed. If you were within the chat, then I actually posted this as a trade idea in there. So this was where price came to. It failed to hit targets. We pulled back to this 61.8 fib that I'm currently pointing to, and we tested that 3 times, 4 times, and would have given you a lovely entry, making it a very, very high probability trade. And then boom, we actually broke to the downside. I actually had I moved my targets a little bit lower, so I actually got 25 pips out of this, just based off the 60-minute. So a very nice winning high probability trade on the euro dollar.